I'm a Brewfessional.
I'm a Brewfessional.
She's a Brewfessional.
And she's a Brewfessional.
Script game impeccable.
Them script game impeccable.
Them yacht funds so plentiful.
You know things so plentiful.
We young and Brewfessional.
We young and Brewfessional.
Young and Brewfessional.
We young and Brewfessional.
We young and Brewfessional.
We young and Brewfessional.
Just young and Brewfessional.
Just young and Brewfessional.
You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals.
It's the Brewfessionals, baby.
Big Brewfessionals.
Get out your book set, buddy. You
Yeah.
back. You back.
Yeah.
And we welcome you back. All esteem to YAHUAH.
All esteem to YAHUAH.
We welcome you back to the brew spot. I'm your host. It's your favorite beloved Daoud.
It's
your favorite,
and on your co-host Script Flip. Woo!
Woo!
A drip from a biz of all esteem to YAHUAH.
All esteem to YAHUAH.
And I'm your co-host, Mish Pot. Burn 'em up, Mish.
Burn 'em up, Mish.
All esteem to YAHUAH.
All esteem to YAHUAH. And we just at the brew spot, y'all already know the motto: 2 muscles up, 2 muscles up. Hashtag 2 muscles up. If you're supporting your brother and your sister, keep 2 muscles up. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Big Bro Luz.
Shout out.
Ill Doctor on the ones and twos. We are now at Playback Sounds. We are now at Playback Sound Studios. Right? If you looking for a podcast such as this, like we were just explaining first, you want one where it can use 3 to 4 mics at the same time. You know. Make sure you go check out playbacksounds.com. Not only is the sound quality or just quality service, it's also in your budget.
Shout out.
Make sure you go check them brothers out and check out all their quality needs. Check out all their quality needs. If you're looking for some good mountain chip, make sure you go to the wave613.com.
Shout out.
Get your lifeguard always on duty.
Shout out.
We got looking for them set apart threads. Matter of fact, right now go get your Lawful House tee while they hot.
Yeah.
Go get your Lawful House tee while they hot. Go to 613 go to 613splash.com for your righteous need, your righteous clothing need, and for all your music needs, go to www.mycultureforever.com. Make sure y'all go check that out, man. Shout out to all of that. Hey man, we appreciate everybody for coming to brew with us as Brewfessionals, as always. We appreciate everybody coming in. It's never about numbers with us or anything like that. It's just all about getting the information out. You know what I'm saying? Helping somebody get to a point or that they never been, or encouraging a brother and sister to lift themselves up, because we come from the same avenues. From nothing, from the basement, just planting a seed in the ground and nourishing it and taking care of it, maintaining it and letting it flourish into a tree or anything that produce fruit. That's all we've been doing. Same process. But we do appreciate everyone who has been taking part in just supporting the whole cast. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to you.
Shout out.
That's right. So what we're gonna be going over today is something that we should definitely know.
Right.
Know how to do. This ain't something that you can, get this manual is put here to teach you about self so that you can always recognize when you're going off or if you're on the path. So what we're going to be going over today is controlling your own spirit.
Facts.
So we definitely going to be going over controlling your own spirit and how important it is to have control of your own spirit. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know the first segment, that script segment. Y'all know the second segment, that burn them up. And then y'all know the mountain moment. So, we definitely going to expound on this wonderful topic, and hopefully
get it in.
Hopefully the people learn a little more, get a little edification on how to control your own spirit and how important it is. You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals.
It's the Brewfessionals, baby.
Yeah. For real. Burn them up, miss. Brothers. Yeah. Woo. It's your favorite eye. They know it ain't no sweat. Shout out to YAHUAH. Esteem. That snake won't fool me this time. I keep them scripts on my mind. I will not run from my crimes. I'm only paying my fines. No kid, I'm grown with it. Don't sit down, go get it. This truth, I'm bold with it. I put my soul in it. That snake won't fool me this time. I keep them scripts on my mind. I will not run from my crimes. I'm only paying my fines. No kid, I'm grown with it. Don't sit down, go get it. This truth, I'm bold with it. I put my soul in it. Yeah, I don't tell damn fam, pull up. Just don't talk, love, pull up. Carrying a low, YAHUAH's pull up. Pulling the tiller, working through wind and the drizzle. People just gave me the scissors. Deuce, I'm just gonna stand on these two shoes. Surely remain on my brew. Ooh, faking the brew, you a goose. That's a big duck, you some poof. Get them out of here. Respect YAHUAH spot, what they gonna do? Blah, 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 like a woman do. But quiet every time they're in front of you. YAHUAH circle always winning. Set apart, ain't no blending. No better, no more sin. Crunch time, no more grinning. Good news, do you got an ear? YAHUAH is the only one to feel. Doing good, always cool. In the eyes of the almighty rule. Come with the vein, get your shoes. I really parlay with the Jews. We stick to them set apart rules. Salvation is over my mood. This lifestyle ain't nothing better. Treat my problem like weather. My mighty one, that's my umbrella. And that's why you see me so set up. I do not hide from the dude. Determined to prove that it's true. I used to be who you thought, but now what you see is the new. That snake won't fool me this time. I keep them scripts on my mind. I will not run from my crimes. I'm only paying my fines. No kid, I'm grown with it. Don't sit down, go get it. This truth, I'm bold with it. I put my soul in it. That snake won't fool me this time. I keep them scripts on my mind. I will not run from my crimes. I'm only paying my fines. No kid, I'm grown with it. Don't sit down, go get it. This truth, I'm bold with it. I put my soul in it. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm grown. I'm gone.
Yeah.
I'm bold. My soul.
Yeah.
That snake won't fool me this time. I keep these grips on my mind. I will not run from my crimes. I'm only paying my fines. No kid, I'm grown with it. Don't sit down, go get it. This truth, I'm bold with it. I put my soul in it. Yeah.
You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals.
It's the Brewfessionals, baby.
And I'm your host. It's your favorite beloved YAHUAH.
It's your favorite and I'm your co-host, Mitch Pipe. Burn 'em up, Mitch.
Burn 'em up, Mish.
And it's your co-host, Script Flood. Woo! A 613 split it ass from above. All the steam to YAHUAH, man.
All the steam to YAHUAH.
And we back and we back. We back in this thing, man. Shout out to Playback Sounds, man. Shout out to Big Lou's, man. Shout out to mindcultureforever.com.
Yeah, that's right, that's right.
Shout out 613 Splash for all your your righteous threads. You feel me? Shout out to Wade 613 for all your manna chips, manna sandwich.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
whatever you
Manna
need.
manwich. You feel me?
Manwich. The
Shout
real
out.
manwich.
The real man.
Facts, man. Shout out, man. Shout out, man. Shout out to YAHUAH, man, for being a wonderful power, man. Shout out.
Wonderful. Shout
Shout
out.
out. All right, man, and we back up in this thing. Today we talking about controlling your spirit. So y'all already know how I go. Finna jump in this thing with the definition of control.
That's right.
And that is the power to influence or direct people's behavior or the course of events. Now, all of us have a spiritual makeup inherited from our imperfect parents, and this to some extent determines the kind of spirit we have. Also, our environment and background influence our personality to a large degree. Should we then just shrug off matters by saying I can't help the way I am? This definitely is not the way the scripture directs us.
Exactly.
Instead, we are encouraged to make our mind over and put on the new man or woman the scripture has taught us through the application of the law. Now, even if that means grappling with the old personality and getting rid of its wrong inclinations, Now let's look at a more in depth look at the scriptures from the Big Op.
Man,
See what's going on with that self control.
and that was a point you made. Like the point that you made,
Right.
was a good one, actually an excellent one, about the us coming from different houses, which
Right.
distinguish our spirits.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Which is what the scriptures implies for real.
Right.
Because literally when it talks about, it says that the nationality is based upon the man.
Facts.
But it also, when you go to the garden, that's not the first time that been said, because when it goes there, it talks about a tree, the fruit trees bearing fruits in his likeness. You feel what I'm saying? So literally, Mashiach then comes and speaks on it and says that nothing good can come from a bad tree, and nothing bad can come from a good tree.
Right.
So meaning that if it was good, it was a good influence in the house, nothing bad will come from that good influence. If all they were eating was the goodness, that fruit would also become good. Now, as we're all children, and some, as we're young guys or young brothers,
Right.
we're full of mischief. So that doesn't mean that your parents told you this right here, like literally, like don't touch that because it's hot. Now, when they gone, it's like, man, what is hot? See, you
Right.
got to find out what hot is. So it's not wrong to want him to find out what hot is. Because once he find out what hot is, he'll never want to know what hot is again. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what it is. You give them the tools so that they can go out there and apply the tools.
Right.
Because in the house, it's easy to apply the tool while everybody's watching. But when you go outside, we tend to remember mama and daddy and mama, but we forget the Most High eyes, who they told us to beware of.
Facts.
Oh, since I can't see it and you go out there and be sneaky, there is somebody who won't miss it. Because he literally said in the commandments, honor thy mother and thy father. So that means somebody going to have to be watching. That's
Right.
spiritual. That's spiritual. That thing that's within, like when we went over the spirit versus the soul, it's telling you that the spirit is the seat of the emotions. You feel what I'm saying? So you act, the things that control your emotions are what spirit you in. If you was a pedophile, you would be angry if they told you couldn't touch children. You feel what I'm saying? Now, though that to a person that says, "Oh no," but that's your indication what type of spirit that brother has on himself, or brother or sister. Because literally, when you say that these things are bad and they get offended, that's only because they are doing it. They are partaking in those things. Why would I be mad because somebody's educating me on what's wrong and what's right? Not that they don't have any,
Right.
anything to say about it. Like,
Right,
why
right.
is it good and bad based upon these facts?
Right.
They don't even get to the based upon these facts. They just only stick to this wrong.
Facts.
Just like with YAHUAH. He said, don't eat pork. Oh, shoot, I've been eating pork since I was 13. I've been eating pork since I was a baby, out of the womb, right? Because somebody didn't love you enough to tell you, no, you shouldn't eat that. But he don't care. I love you enough to tell you, you should not ingest that. You shouldn't ingest that.
Facts.
Now, people want the scientific facts. You got to bring them the 10 nifty facts. You know, you got to bring them
a bag of facts.
you got to bring them the did you knows, the 10, 15 little facts on the side of the thing, the bullets. So,
Bullet.
So, and then they'll get it. Oh, you feel me? But that's what it wasn't that YAHUAH didn't want to get into the matter.
Right.
Before you get to Leviticus 11, the dietary law, it already said that I'm already making I've already placed before you clean and unclean. These ways that I'm giving you are going to give it to you so you're able to distinguish what's between the clean and unclean and the unrighteous and the righteous. So now when you're dealing with righteous and unrighteous, you know that's dealing with mankind. Because animals don't make their own decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can make a choice based upon, I want to live in a house versus I want to live in a den.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He don't have the necessary tools to do that. So when you talk about unrighteous and righteous, these acts are based on transgression against what YAHUAH said do. And he knew that he made a mind, a man and a woman with a mind that could listen. He gave them ears and all these good things.
Facts.
So when you start dealing with an animal, it can't control its spirit. If he a lion, he like antelope.
Right.
What somebody gonna say? Oh no, you need to be a vegan this week. What's it, you know what I'm saying? What is little lion? This why gonna come like we need to be vegans. I'm tired of chasing these little antelopes around. We need a couple salads. Plus you getting fat, boy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No, that doesn't happen. Now with mankind, that can happen.
Fair.
They're able to make a distinction because it said that we shouldn't even eat blood, nor draw blood, shed blood or anything. So if that lion had the same law or anything like that, he would have to be tried by this law too. But see, why would you want to be in the same category that is given to animals? You know what I'm saying? Versus you.
Right.
That's what's going to distinguish that. So it said the unclean is, now we know that it's something beneath you and that everything is subjected under you. So there are some things that you can touch and there are some things that you can't, that you cannot touch. You feel what I'm saying? There are some things that you can eat, but there are some things that you can't eat. You feel what I'm saying? There are times for everything. It's a time to even abstain from your wife.
Right.
And it begins to tell you these things. So with all of these things right here, we have to be able to control our spirit. But the only way to control our spirit is not be involved with it. Because literally, if you are a thief and somebody talked about a thief, it's going to hit you hard.
Right.
Because you a thief. Don't act like you ain't stole nothing before. What's about? Look, that's not the point, bro.
We just heard something like that a few days ago, didn't we?
Don't act like you ain't.
Hey, but see, look, that's not the point, though.
I'll stick to you.
Yeah, the point is, once you knew that stealing was wrong, you have to be able to control your spirit so that you don't steal anymore. Once you recognize it was wrong, you felt bad about it, you didn't like the ridicule, you know what I'm saying, the whooping that you got for it. You don't want that same thing, then you can't do the same actions. Right. So that's what it means. Go ahead.
What about when people say, "Oh, well, you know, he know our heart though. He know us. He know we trying."
The heart is deceitfully wicked above all things.
Facts.
But a heart will deceive itself.
Right.
Desperately wicked. Matter of fact, it said desperately wicked. Because the only way you can test a man is when he get in that situation. Let's see what he do then. See, it's okay to say I'm a good person, the refrigerator full, the rent paid, lady ain't acting up, the kids good, everything straight. Assets taken care of.
Right.
Now, imagine all that stuff starts to crumble.
Then what you gonna do?
Then what?
Facts.
Is that spirit still humble? Do you still got control of your spirit to where it's still faithful in the highest power? Them big now those are the controls. See, faithfulness, mercy, meekness, all those things that you are things you have to are fruits of the spirit. Which means that you should want to do that more. You know what I'm saying? See, if you got control of the spirit, that means that you can definitely hold on to it.
Facts.
Like this. If somebody was coming in, like even if a little mere basketball, a referee said that ain't even foul because he came in too wild. He was out of control.
Fast.
You know what I'm saying? See, people always like, man, it has to look graceful. It has to look in control.
Fast.
If you doing the law, first you eating pork, now you ain't. You look out of control. Who are you listening to? Because if one time it was cool, then now it's not cool.
You're right. I see what you're saying.
That's wavering.
Fast.
So now we don't know if you flesh or spirit. You feel what I'm saying? But we'll get more into that when we get into the next segment.
You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals. It's the Brewfessionals, baby. Ha ha.
Hey, Daddy's on the beat.
Yeah. Ha. These people funny, got no sense at all. Forget it all, I'm feeling rich without a cent involved. What you know about the first, got no rent at all. And them folks you say your friends, just ignore your call. Forever faith, one day I'ma have it all. But you know before you walk, first you gotta crawl. They tell me talking truth, It's such a risky business. Tell them please hit record, let's get back to business. You looking at a man, bump this wicked land. Hey, ain't no woman ruling me, girl, I wear the pants. A different type won't lose sight because her dress is tight. She probably pass around the tape. I ain't a talker, I'ma do it. The right thing, I'ma do it. Don't play around as I do it. Hey, keep it solid, how I do it. I ain't a talker, I'ma do it. The right thing, how I do it. Don't play around as I do it. Don't keep it solid, how I do it. Yeah. Yo, situation kinda rocky, but my mind is stable. But you can BT, I make it like you order cake. Yeah, I'm working, but I ain't talking clocking bread. I'm talking duty much higher. Let's bow our heads. Praying for tomorrow, cut the future darker. Know a cat at 14 that just bought a chopper. And he screaming, whoever want it, they can get it. Twist his fingers in the air, he do it for his city. Really? These same city costing people blood. Same color, but they asking, are you crippled blood? Silly rabbit, they got shotters for your Elmer Fudd. 100 years from the judge, it ain't no love. I'ma do it as I do it, how I do it. I'ma do it, I'ma do it as I do it, how I do it.
You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals.
It's the Brewfessionals, baby.
And I'm your host. It's your favorite beloved YAHUAH.
It's your favorite and on your co-host, Script Flood. Woo!
Woo!
613 Split It Ass.
Splash.
And I'm your co-host, Mishpat. Burn 'em up, Mish.
Burn 'em up, Mish.
And you back at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals.
Yeah.
Y'all know where we brewing at. Playback Sounds, the real PBS.
Ooh.
Shout out to
Real
Luz.
PBS.
And shout out to Eldop on the ones and twos.
Shout
And you
out.
can go get all the music for free at mindcultureforever.com.
Man.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Go get your righteous threads at 613splash.com.
Shout out.
And you can get yardage.
Shout out.
Shout out.
And you can go check out The Way, where it's always a lifeguard on duty at theway613.com, and check out righteous content.
Shout out.
Shout out.
And we back at the brew spot once again.
We back.
And I'm gonna go into the perspective of controlling our own spirit. But I'm gonna
Facts.
talk on a perspective from YAHUAH and the world. So with YAHUAH, he gives us laws that helps us control our spirit.
Absolutely.
And the world, they'll give you laws that don't help you control your spirit.
Absolutely.
For example, when it comes to YAHUAH's law, he tells us to feed the poor of our people.
Mm-hmm.
And then that would bring love and peace amongst everybody, you and your
yes.
neighbors. But the world would say you got to get a permit, meaning you got to get permission from them to go and
Sheesh.
feed the poor of your people.
Them facts.
But that, it might have you straight, but it'll have people with hatred and envy against you.
That's right.
Because you got something that they don't got, and then they don't know what to do now type thing.
That's right.
Sheesh.
Except go off them emotions that they got right there. But
That's-
if you would have brought love and peace, it would have.
That's right.
Right.
Because it could get you locked up. But they don't understand that because they not dealing with, codes
Right.
and things like that we dealing with.
Facts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Brothers who have been disconnected a long time, no internet access, no nothing like that. They don't know how these laws running. It's always been okay to feed the poor of your people.
Right.
So when they made that illegal, now us not helping our people, you right, it's building a bitterness.
Mm-hmm.
Like we forgot about them.
Facts.
Not knowing that it's a wall been built up. and we risk going to prison.
Right.
You know, being in prison to feed your people.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But no one cares about that instigator that's in between, not the mediator, the instigator.
Yeah.
There's a difference, because what a mediator do is it draw all the disagreements to a whole. He's there to only like, okay, I hear your side of the argument, I hear your side of the argument, and this is what I did according to this. This way you wrong, this way you wrong, and this way y'all need to meet right here. See, you added a little of this, and he added a little of this due to the hardships.
Right.
So that means that what I was saying is, if the scriptures are right there before us, and you got this enemy who's antagonizing this and want to put it against it, now he has put the brethren against each other.
Right.
Because the man on the street arguing about he can't get no food, and his brothers won't take care of him, and the other one arguing about the enemy won't let him take care of his brother to feed him. So literally, the attitudes and the heat getting close because we're all frustrated.
Right.
And instead of us maintaining ourselves as allies, we become each other's worst enemy. Because we have to see each other every day. So it's like, literally, like, you notice a person, they'll be mean as a whip, mean as a snake to their family inside the house, but go outside of the family members and be kindest, clean they house, respect their mama, do all these things. Because it's literally, if you're in that hardship and you're dealing with these particular people during that hardship, we'll try to go somewhere else and make it easy, when really those hardships are going to be the thing that draw us closer.
Right. Build you up.
That's right.
Right.
These hardships will draw us closer. Now this is like you were saying too, you made a good point too, Aki, when you was like the scriptures give you, YAHUAH give you those laws to help you control your spirit, to stay in control. But the world tell you, live it up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Do it. Yeah, do as you please. Do you.
Facts.
Live your best life.
And you don't know how to control yourself. So you
See,
just gonna be
that's
out
right.
there.
So just to do you, if you don't know who you are, you're gonna do somebody else. See, because if you've been given an identity that you don't even know,
Facts.
then are you truly acting like yourself? Are you truly doing you? See, that's the thing. We're not even peeping that.
Facts.
See, that's why we're not in control. Once you know who you are and your worth
Facts.
and what you have to offer, you can control all your emotions. You can control all that shit.
Facts.
Hi, we got an internet question from Job Bless.
Job bless.
Job bless.
Is self-control in conjunction to your character?
For sure.
Okay.
Self-control very much so has much to do with the character of a person. And the reason why character is, why it does, because when you look at the characteristics of spirit and character, you won't realize anyone's character until they open their mouth or show you the actions.
Right.
You won't realize somebody's spirit until they open their mouth or show you the actions. So that the spirit has it's strongly to do with the character of a person, because that's the manner of a man. So if a man is let's say like us reading the scriptures, a lot of people don't read the scriptures, don't subscribe to it, not because they know it's a bad book. It's all because of what they've heard. So what they've heard gave them a stint. Not that man had cracked this book open and actually went into it. Nah. So now that we know this, that the bad interpretation came from the bad actions.
Right.
What we then need to do is change like the characteristics of the person who they've been seeing in the Bible. I mean, who been reading the Bible, not in the Bible, but the person they've been seeing reading it, and saying that they are part of this same lineage.
Facts.
No, you're not. See, this scripture is in continuation. In continuation, when you see the law and read the law and Moses left and they went to Jericho and then everybody went to the land, from that moment on, we have to see it was based on our application of the law or our disobedience to the law. When we wanted to do all that we wanted to do, we failed. We ended up just the way we are today. We don't know what it's like to obey. We don't know what it'll feel like to obey. Sure, we know the truth about what it is to disobey.
Facts.
But who done found out the truth on what it is to obey?
Facts.
Why not try to obey too? If you can try to disobey, why not try to obey?
Facts.
See with me, sin is done away with.
Facts.
Sid is done away with.
That was fine.
Sid is done away with.
See with me, sin is done away with.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because we got the law.
Right.
Facts.
So it's in the world to tell you, oh, the law done away with. You feel what I'm saying? Because they feel it's impossible. But for us, we feel it's impossible to sin. For a man who it controls his spirit and allows that to move him, right? Then that is what he is.
Facts.
That's what he is. But anything of the flesh, and that man's a fleshly man, is a carnal man. And that's definitely what he got to get. He got to get away from the carnality and get more to the spiritual side. Because these laws do tell us to conduct ourselves in a manner to where we're the ruling class, and also we're actually conducting ourselves in our land.
Facts.
In peace. Now, if we was in peace and could do this all day long with none of the riffraff or the disagreements, and somebody saying, "No, this ain't
the instigators,"
everybody would do it. Feel what I'm saying? But the fact that we on this trying ground, where you're gonna go with the troubles of the world. He told Adam that he would have to work with the thorns and the thistles. Then Mashiach comes and reveal what the thorns and the thistles are, the troubles of the world. So a man would now he couldn't go manage what was already built for him and set for him. Now he has to go out there, work for himself, take care of family, work off the sweat of his brow, and have to worry about the cares of the world. So this work that you getting off your brow, this work from the sweat of your brow now is. You see what these scriptures like. Instead of us could have had the respect of the brothers and sisters, could have had the respect of the people. You would have been an elder, you would have been a little brother, everything would have been all good in order. We ain't want that. It says that the staff will be broken. Your staff shall be broken. Your leadership, your authority, all that shall be broken, and 10 women shall cook in your oven the same bread. And that man shall not be satisfied. The same oven in that same house because he done lost his rulership.
Right.
So that's talking about those 10 women that dealing with right there. It's like, look at us. We went from being wholesome men. Right. Abraham was with the wife of his youth.
Right.
Isaac was with the wife of his youth. Jacob was with the wife of his youth.
Sheesh.
They didn't get thrown out the door.
Right.
They didn't have to go get another husband. They didn't have to do things like that. Our fathers did not teach us that.
That's facts.
You feel what I'm saying? They loved their women.
Right.
And they loved them just as they self. If he was hungry, he made sure it was a whole garden outside she can pick from.
Right.
You feel me?
Facts, huh?
Internet question for from Hilahim.
Okay.
Is there an inner conscience that speaks to your self-control even if you weren't taught?
Ooh, now that's a good question. And you know what that is? Because we always go back to that, man, something told me that ain't told me, and I still went. Now, so now you know that is talking to you, but we may not be able to recognize the voice,
right,
or what that is. So when you put that in perspective, you see that if you was gonna go out there and do that crime anyway, that's self. Now the thing that told you no, don't do that, that spirit,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But see, right there, it's not really talking inside of you, because you haven't invited him in, because he doesn't break bread with murderers and people who devise anything like that. But what he does do is like a friend. If I had found my way and I had a brother who was still out there and he was in his mess, I would call to check up on him. Or if I seen him going away, I would tell him, "Well, you shouldn't do that, boy." Even if he didn't believe the way that I believe, I would still tell him, because I know that it's not a safe route for him.
Right.
So that's how the Spirit speaks, from behind you first. Because we literally always doing our own thing. So it speaks from behind like, bro, don't go out that door. It's more like that. That's why it's so faint to us. Because it's so far away from us. We have moved so far away from it. He's still standing in the spot at the house where it's safe. You done jumped in the car, crunk it up, drove, you almost there.
Ready to hit the
You about to hit the E-way.
Facts.
And you still hear the voice.
Right.
That's because his voice is in many waters.
Facts.
That voice ain't whispering to you. That's imagine if you was calling your son or your daughter and it was way down the street somewhere and you know it's the street lights about to come on. You don't come out there like, son and daughter, come on in.
Facts.
Y'all better get here now. The street lights about to come on.
Facts.
No,
You feel me?
facts.
So you know that's how he's speaking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we're going to get back to that on the next
Right.
segment.
You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals.
It's the Brewfessionals, baby.
Yeah. Coach. Brothers. For you. Oh. Yeah. It's your favorite eye. Can't do it all, but the Father can. I'm Big Brew cool and I'm a Torah fan. I treat these negatives like Ottomans. Feet cake to win you in the Father's hand. Can't fight these dogs, but the Father can. I'm Big Brew cool and I'm a Torah fan. I treat these negatives like Ottomans. Oh man, feet kick to win you in the Father's hand. Yeah, I'm too disgusted with the world class. Living water on this fly, now that's a bird path. How these superstars be over in the first half, but the right to get it shaking like my nerve pad. YAHUAH hand, the only way I'm traveling. Establishing, I ain't with the straddling. No river mirror, going to appointed times. That's 7 times, in between his kingdom's grind. That's good works, what you know about good works? Born for the tour, not a convert. Not American, never thinking bomb first. With the brightness of his tongue, we start a concert. Singing songs of joy, only if you seen the road. Then you understand it's offer only for the chose. For the low class, still got a low pass. Found a life stash, had to bring it all, but the Father can. I'm Big Brew cool and I'm a Torah fan. I treat these negatives like Ottomans. Feet cake to win you in the Father's hand. Can't fight these dogs, but the Father can. I'm Big Brew cool and I'm a Torah fan. I treat these negatives like Ottomans. Oh man, feet kick to win you in the Father's hand. Can't do it all, but the Father can. I'm Big Brew cool and I'm a Torah fan. I treat these negatives like Ottomans. Feet kick to win you in the Father's hand. Can't fight these dogs, but the Father can. I'm Big Brew cool and I'm a Torah fan. I treat these negatives like Ottomans. Oh man, feet kick to win you in the Father's hand.
You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals.
It's the Brewfessionals, baby.
And I'm your co-host, Mish Pot. Burn 'em up, Mish.
Burn 'em up, Mish. And on your co-host, Script Flood. Woo! 613 split it ass. All the steam to you.
All the steam to YAHUAH. And I'm your host. It's your favorite op, beloved Daoud.
It's your favorite op.
Hey, yeah, man, we appreciate everybody coming back to the real PBS and brewing with us after that short music break, man. You know what I'm saying, man? Hey, man, we sure appreciate it. As Bruiser, shout out to Big Bro Luz and Ear Doc on the ones and twos.
Shout out.
Man, shout out to the Wave 613.
Shout out.
Shout out to 613 Splash.
Shout out.
Shout out to mindcultureforever.com.
Shout out.
Hey, man, shout out to Blessed Jim King of the platform, man.
Shout out.
Shout out my brother, man.
Shout out.
And I gotta give a real special one to my to the big brother Daweed the jeweler.
Shout out,
Daweed the jeweler.
Brotherhood.
Brother, yeah, y'all know, man. Y'all know, man. Hey, for real.
Man.
Yeah, shout out to that brother, man.
Shout out.
Now what we on? Controlling your spirit, your own spirit, not controlling somebody else's.
Right.
Your own spirit. You feel what I'm saying? Because you know that's what we can tend to do a lot.
Right.
Your spirit off, fam. But we never say my spirit off, fam.
Your spirit off, fam.
And what we was talking about was we was dealing with the question too, with the internet question that we did have.
Oh yeah, fast.
Was being that does it is the spirit dealing with you from the inside?
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? And that's the truth. And as we were saying, that is the truth. And we began to expound on about how it starts outside first.
Right.
To be invited in, because the body is called the house.
Fact.
So it'd be equivalent to someone knocking on your door. If somebody came to you with a message, it literally like mail.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If no one answers the door, then they have to take the package back with them, because they can't give that package to anyone else because it was designated for you. Jeez. So if you're not there, or you absent, or you don't open the door for that particular messenger to give you the message, you will not receive it. And that's not to say it may come back.
Yeah.
That's scary when you're dealing with that. Now, dealing with it being on the outside is just like a postal service.
Right.
Okay, so that's a stranger. You don't know your mailman. The first day you move in your house, you don't know the mailman. But he'll come knock on the door. You got a package. Because that's his job. You know what I'm saying? We ain't friends or nothing yet.
Fast.
Now, if you one of them people who get kicked out every 6 months, you probably ain't gonna get to know your mailman. But if you do that, if you stay there a few years, you and your mailman become like partners.
Right.
Because you see him every day. You see him 6 days a week.
Fast.
Doing the same job for you.
Fast.
You feel me? So eventually, when he hit the door one day, you gonna invite him in for coffee. But what you got going on, man? Everybody been cool just to live in the mail. I know you do something besides deliver mail. And that's what the Rue been doing the whole time, coming back with them messages. As soon as you about to go out there and do something crazy,
right,
it knocks on the door. I got a message for you, bro, just the right time. It said you were finna go out there and do that whoop-de-woo. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't advise you do that, my brother.
Don't do it, man.
Whatever you about to do, don't do it.
Don't do it.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, so literally, you probably won't take that advice, because you'll be like, you know how somebody be. Y'all be cool first, and it'll be like, man, you just a mailman though, bro.
Right.
We done forgot about the years of everything, how you done got them up in. You just a mailman, bro. You can't advise me on this. Not knowing that outside of that uniform, he's something more. Feel me? This was just a disguise to come in. Feel what I'm saying? So I have to approach you with something that you can notice first. Right. You won't be scared. I can't come in there saying, I'm the one. If somebody come in there saying they the one, literally you gonna write them off. Right. Well, you know what this fool came in here saying, bro? He the one. They be like, he the one. What? He the one. So you know what I'm saying? So right. He not gonna do nothing like that.
Facts.
Literally, it's keep on showing you that brotherly love and everything to gain your trust, not to befriend you, to come in your house and rob you blind. No, to come in your house, break bread with you, and invite you to a better spot. Right. Because it says that when the YAHUAH comes in, it garnishes the house. And it kicks the old man out. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? It walked up in there, seen them folks partying, crashing. He cared enough about you to get all that filth and wickedness out of you. So that he can even come into your inside, into your inner, and definitely deal with the house. Right. Who likes to kick it around roach infested homes, nasty, never clean, the glasses always got smudges on them, we drinking out of racetrack cups, never a glass.
That's a pretty okay.
But he walking onto the bachelor pad. You feel what I'm saying? Like he don't want to kick it at a bachelor pad. He don't want to kick it at a bachelor pad. You feel what I'm saying? He trying to get somewhere it's a home. You feel what I'm saying?
Racetrack.
So when you invite him in,
Facts.
now it's more of a an intimate thing. Like you could take that advice more like he care about you, more like it's a care for you, than you just stop trying to tell me what to do. Cause that's how you do. Typically when people on the outside, you think they trying to tell you what to do versus give you constructive criticism.
Right.
And just tell you it look bad from out here. So from the outside looking in, he trying to be a real friend. Like, bro, looking from this perspective, you look bad right now. And if you go do that, you gonna look worse. I'm just trying to save your face. When the scripture literally said you should rather have a good name than choice silver and gold. So this is what spirit we know we're dealing with when it does this, because if you don't read and you do not study yourself approve or try to go down and search out what this is, you're gonna end up inviting the wrong spirit in. You're gonna end up inviting the wrong spirit in, because then you're gonna just accept something that sounds good versus going to see what it really is.
And don't the scripture say that he could change himself into an angel of light?
That's right.
So he can trick you.
That's right. Just like now, they see a man with a doctor coat on. You know what I'm saying? He'll come in there with a white doctor coat on. He'll take that off with a tracksuit on and go to the gym.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So people looking at this doctor as if he'll never give us poison medicine. He'll never not do this. He'll always tell our family what's going on. This is the doctor. He disguised himself as an angel of light. Like he's enlightened.
Fast.
When it literally said, this law will take away all your infirmities, all your sicknesses, all this from amongst you, if you just hearken to my word. So we'll go take a doctor's recommended advice, but we won't take Yahuwah's recommended advice?
Sheesh.
No, this the same man who gonna vaccine your baby though. Versus the same power that actually made it possible for your baby to come through the matrix.
Sheesh.
Which one you gonna listen to?
Right.
See, that's what it boiled down. See, that's the talking about the controlling of the spirit. Or is your spirit more drawn? Are you more drawn to the flesh? You know what I'm saying? Or are you more drawn to the things that are unseen, but are very enriched?
Right.
Because though the Most High is unseen, it's like that because he wanted to place his spirit within something. So he keeps the same attributes.
Right.
He allows you to give him the credit. As the scriptures say, don't toot your own horn. So even the Most High don't toot his own horn. He allows a sojourner or a stranger to do it.
Facts.
I'm a sojourner.
Make you look good too.
Hey, I'm a sojourner, so I'm a fire. He fire. You know what I'm saying?
Shut up.
See,
Shut
but see,
up.
if he's living by his own standard, you have to be able to say facts. I gotta live by this too.
Right.
Because he's not saying do as I say, not as I do. He's saying do as I do. Do what I say, and do what I do. Because what I said is what I do. I say what I mean and mean what I say. I do what I said I'm gonna do.
Right.
I'm not man to why I should repent and lie. Who are you to lie to? So these scriptures came out based on because he knew men were gonna be dealing with these frequencies.
Facts.
That's right. So some men want to be put into those vile spirits. They like the filthiness. They don't like to raise their sisters up. They like to turn them into harlots. They don't like to raise their brothers up. They like to throw crack in their hand and give them pistols. They don't like that. They don't like building up of the community. They'd rather throw trash down and keep it drug infested.
Right.
You think somebody care about if somebody go out to the hood and give away turkeys on an abominable day? Y'all serving that's serving on a day that they're in celebration of the murdering and the slaughtering of a people. Right. They're breaking bread because of a people they conquered. Even if you don't like to relatively say it relates to you, because you don't feel you're a native or a so-called what they say Indian.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't concern you. But when they start, why haven't they did this? Now, Dan took the Indian story from over here, right? And say how they done, ravaged them and took something from them, right? But they tell you your story is complete fantasy. That never happened.
Right.
You just popped up over here? Was we sipping mimosas on a boat?
On the cruise.
Now my people got a chain of stores or something around here.
Bad side. Sheesh.
But we really had to get it together. Yeah.
Sheesh.
You
are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals.
It's the Brewfessionals, baby.
Wonderful. As bruisal. YAHUAH. Esteem. Yeah. For ill. Brothers. Yeah. That coast. Yeah. We well. Yeah. Yeah, you know we ain't gon' fold under pressure, man. Wanna be perfect, shit 13 is the measurement. We keep it righteous, stack the codes on the devil's head. Don't do the world, it's the tough, what we do instead. I'm a YAHUAH fanatic. I'm a YAHUAH fanatic. I'm a YAHUAH fanatic. Shout out to all the YAHUAH fanatics. I'm a YAHUAH fanatic. I'm a YAHUAH fanatic. I'm a YAHUAH fanatic. Shout out to all the YAHUAH fanatics. Yeah, this 613 was supreme, I ain't. Head that part, take them dead extreme. Known for the hook, call me Young Kareem. Scripts any boy, yeah, it's all Esteem. Mindset free, 9 years out the trap. All this winning, let me run me a lap. Script hot, we don't even call it rap. First fruit, everything, y'all get scraps. Made in his image, look at all these nails. Really about the goodness, how I live, no cap. Stand on this, I ain't taking no crap. Fortified house, they come with no cap. Big Bruce flag, keep it negative, mad. You hate what I call, then you going out bad. Give it to you, that's how we brag. Couldn't do without him, I was almost dead. No more proud, not stand alright. Straight by living with the folly on ice. Nothing ain't free, everything got a price. Out here working, trying to earn me some life. Campaign for peace, they can keep they strife. Stay away from sin, cause the beast gon' bite. Y'all know the wicked get no invite. Things of the world really not my type. Coaches every time that I dress down. You know I be who would never let down. Careful with the way, boy, you might drown. We ain't with the argument, pipe down. Love in the air, feel it right now. Clean with the tool, that's a wipe down. You know the brew ain't the average. Whatever it is, I'ma manage. Yeah, you know we ain't gon' fold under pressure, man. Wanna be perfect, shit 13 is the measurement. We keep it righteous, stack the codes on the devil's head. Don't do the world, it's the tough, what we do instead. I'm a YAHUAH fanatic. I'm a YAHUAH fanatic. I'm a YAHUAH fanatic. Shout out to all the YAHUAH fanatics. I'm a YAHUAH fanatic. I'm a YAHUAH fanatic. I'm a YAHUAH fanatic. Shout out to all the YAHUAH fanatics. Shout out to all the YAHUAH fanatics. Shout out to all the YAHUAH fanatics. Yeah, you know we ain't gon' fold under pressure, man. Wanna be perfect, shit 13 is the measurement. We keep it righteous, stack the codes on the devil's head. Don't do the world, it's the tough, what we do instead. I'm a YAHUAH fanatic. I'm a YAHUAH fanatic. I'm a YAHUAH fanatic. Shout out to all the YAHUAH fanatics. I'm a YAHUAH fanatic. I'm a YAHUAH fanatic. I'm a YAHUAH fanatic. Shout out to all the YAHUAH fanatics.
You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals.
It's the Brewfessionals, baby.
And I'm your co-host, Mish Pot, Burn 'em up, Mish.
Burn 'em up, Mish. And I'm your co-host, Script Flair Woo. A 613 split it dash from above. All esteem to YAHUAH.
All esteem to YAHUAH. And it's your favorite beloved dog.
It's your favorite
Yeah. And we just here for the little bit of the the outro, just going into it, man. I know we got August. We still got something in the works for July, so I guess by the next segment we should have a goal on something. In August we have the 10th, August 10th. That's Shreveport for the back to school. That's the back to school drive.
Back to school jam.
Back to school jam. Yeah, I'm talking about a coat drive. I'm saying, yeah. Back to school jam, man.
Oh,
sorry,
jam.
Ken. Salaki. And then we got 16 through the 18 Detroit. We'll be in the D. Shout out to the D. Chosen
Shout
Seed.
out to the D.
Shout out to Chosen Seed,
Shout
man.
out.
The D313.
In September, we thinking about another one, man. Shout out to Shiv too.
When was it in December? I mean, in Detroit.
Shreveport, and then it's 16 through the 18. That's Detroit.
Detroit, the 16th through the 18th
Of August. Okay, of August. That'll be that. Then September, we got something in the works up in Akron, Ohio, with the brethren Yahusha.
Ohio.
Shield. Yeah, man. But all these events is hosted by YAHUAH citizens though. YAHUAH
Citizens. Brought to you by Urban Service.
You know, you see that what we were talking about, dealing with things outside of YAHUAH. It be a problem sometimes. You know what I'm saying? YAHUAH, hey man, it only breeds the best servants. You hear me?
Honesty.
Hey, we just joking, man. We love all our brothers and sisters, man.
Facts,
whatever town they come from, man.
Shout out
you too.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Big love. I'm gonna end with this Proverbs 25:28. Man of chill. He that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls, no protections. If you can't control your own spirit, it's like no protection. Everybody gonna have you emotional. Everybody gonna have you broke out here. Everybody gonna have you feeling disgusted. And people can have you up and down. You know what I'm saying? With no rule over your own spirit, my dear brothers and sisters. This is why we so emotional as a people. This is why we can't sit down with each other and talk, because we cannot rule over our own spirit. We don't want to be peaceful. We want to be violent. That's a choice. Okay?
Facts.
So the next time you sit before your brother or sit before your sister and y'all have a dialogue, make sure you're in control of your spirit.
Facts.
All right? And not in control of that flesh anymore. All right? Because that flesh is definitely going to, if you're more of the flesh, it's definitely going to take you for more of the things you desire fleshly. But if you allow the spirit to just roll through you and give it all these good fruits, all the wonderful things YAHUAH made, we'll probably come together.
Facts.
That's right.
Facts.
You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals.
It's the Brewfessionals, baby. Ha ha.